Hello friends, in this session I am going to discuss some more problems based on number system. Before attending this session you should attend the previous session on number system. That would be rather better because I am not going to make a recap of the concept that I have already discussed in the previous session. Right? In the previous session I have discussed how to find out the remainder in the cases of say 3 raised to 15 when it is divided by 4. Just have a quick glance over here and just find out the answer very quickly, right? Once you are conceptually clear, you can do it very quickly. Now, what will be the answer to this problem? You don't have to use a paper and pen if you are clear with the previous lecture. 3 is actually 4 minus 1. So, remainder will be minus 1 raised to 15. That's minus 1. That means the remainder will be 4 minus 1, 3. Right? Now, if you are conceptually clear, you don't have to write each and every step. Right? Similarly, if I say 5 raised to 25 when divided by 4, what will be the remainder? So that's 4 plus 1 raised to 25. So your remainder will be 1 raised to 25. That's 1. Okay. So these sort of problems we have already discussed in the previous session. In this session, some twisted problems I am going to discuss. Now similarly, suppose I tell you what will be the remainder if 4 raised to 100 is divided by 7. Now in the power of 4 we have 4 cube, that's 64, right? But 100 is not multiple of 3. So what I can do is 4 is to 99 into 4. Now 4 is to 99 can be written as 64 is to 33 into this 4. Now 7 is actually 63, factor of 63. 64 can be written as 63 plus 1. So 63 plus 1, the remainder will be 1 raised to 33. That's 1 into this 4. The final answer is 4 to this problem. Okay. You might have got that. I just elaborate once again. 64 raised to 33, that's 63 plus 1 raised to 33 into 4. Each and every term will be multiple of 7 except this 1 raised to 33, that's 1. That 1 into this 4, the final remainder is 4, right? You see how easily and quickly you can solve the problems if you are conceptually clear. Suppose I have a number 5005 or maybe 6 cube divided by 11. What will be the remainder? Now 5005, that's this and this, so 5 minus 5 0, that's multiple of 11. So 5006 is what? 5005 plus 1, right? So remainder will be what? 1 cube, that's 1. Okay, just matter of 10 to 15 seconds, not more than that. Similarly, if I tell you say 4 is to 24 divided by 6, what will be the remainder? In this case we have 2 as common factor between 4 and 6, so that can be broken up. So that's actually 2 raised to 48 and this is 2 into 3, right? So 3 into 2, here I can take 2 as common, right? Now 2 raised to 47 while divided by 3, what will be the remainder? 2 is actually 3 minus 1, so the remainder will be minus 1 raised to 47. Minus 1 is having odd power, that means the remainder is minus 1. That minus 1 into this 2, the common number that we have taken as common, so that minus 1 into this 2, the remainder is minus 2. So the final remainder, to make it positive, 3 minus 2, that's 1. Okay, but friends, here it is wrong. Why? Because whatever the negative remainder you have got, first of all make that positive, right? As I have told you, the remainder will be minus 1, so final remainder will be 2, right? That is 3 minus 1, 2. After getting positive remainder only, you should use this number, multiply with this common factor, right? So that 2 into 2, this final answer is actually 4, not 1. Do not make this mistake. Okay. So I have discussed the common mistake which good number of students are making. Now let's take some new pattern of problem in this session. I just discussed one application of this remainder theorem. Suppose I have number say 29 raised to 29. Okay, if this number is expanded, and all the digits are added till you get a single digit, what that digit will be? That is the question. Okay, I repeat, if this number is expanded and all the digits are added continuously till you get a single digit, what that digit will be, that we have to find out. Precisely, we have to find out the digital root of this number, right? Now how do we find that? So this is a simple application of the remainder theorem that we have discussed so far, right? In that case, what is happening? See, what is a digital root? Suppose this is a number, maybe this 2 and 3, 5 and 4, 9 and 2, 11. 11, that is 1 plus 1, finally 2. Right? That means what is happening, if this number is divided by 9, whatever will be the remainder, that will be the digital root. Okay, just listen to me carefully once again. If this number is divided by 9, whatever the remainder that you are going to get will be the digital root. Right? See, if you divide this number, so that's divisibility rule of 9 is what? Sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. So in this case, 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2, that's 4 and 3, 7 into 9. After that 2 is the remainder. Okay. So digital sum is also 2. The same thing we have to, the same logic we have to apply over here. 29 raised to 29, if at all we want, wish to find out the digital root, what we have to do? We have to divide this by 9 and we have to get the remainder. Right. Now this I have to divide by 9. Now 29 is what? 27 plus 2. So final remainder will be 2 raised to 29. But 2 raised to 29 is much bigger than 9. So we have still to reduce it. Okay. Now 2 raised to 29. 2 cube is actually 8. So what I do is I try to convert this this 2 raised to 29 in the power of 3. Okay. That is a multiple of 2 cube. So that's 2 raised to 27 into 2 raised to 2. Okay. Now 2 raised to 27 is what? 8 raised to 9. Now if 8 raised to 9 is divided by 9, what will be the remainder? Minus 1 raised to 9, that is minus 1, right? That means the remainder is 9 minus 1, 8. Okay, so that 8 into this 4, right? That 8 into this 4, 32. So the final remainder is 32 divided by 9, 5. Right? So that is the digital root and that is the same number, that is remainder if this expression is divided by 9. Okay, so that was an application of the remainder theorem. I hope you are getting it. Now the a query sent by a student I am going to solve. If a number is something, see 32 raised to 32 raised to 32. If this sort of number, right, seems to be complicated, if this sort of numbers are divided by some other number, what will be the remainder? So I just discuss here 4 to 5 cases. I divide the numbers by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, right? Or maybe 11. Okay, so let's see in each of the these cases how do we find out the remainder. Okay, now while divide by 2, obviously it's an even number, so no remainder will be there, 0, right? While divided by 4, obviously no remainder. While divided by 8, no remainder, that's 0, right? Now for 3, for 5, 6, 7, 9 and 11, we need to think how do we calculate that. Now listen to me carefully. Now friends, in case of 3, it is pretty simple. 32 can be written as this, 32 can be written as 33 minus 1 raised to 32 raised to 32. Okay, so if we divide it by 3, 33 is multiple of 3, so the remainder will be minus 1 raised to an even number, so the remainder will be 1. So that's 1. Okay, pretty simple. Now let's discuss the case of 5. See friends, whenever you have to find out the remainder in case of 5, you just can see the unit digit. By that you can easily find out the remainder. Now 32 is, the unit digit is actually 2, right? So 2 raised to 32 raised to 32. What will be the unit digit? See 32 raised to 32. That is obviously multiple of 4, right? So precisely it is 4k, right? Now any even number except 0, if it is having the power raised to power 4, multiple of 4, then the unit digit will be 6. Okay, so in this case the unit digit will be 6. If the unit digit is 6, the remainder will be when divided by 5 will be 1, right? As simple as that. So you just have to find out the unit digit in case of 5, right? Now in case of 6, what's happening? See, in case of 6, you find out the remainder when you divided by 2. Actually 6 is multiple of 2 and 3 both, that is 2 into 3. So in case of 2, the remainder is 0. In case of 3, the remainder is 1. Now listen to me carefully. The number is multiple of 2. That means the number is actually 2x. Maybe x is any quantity. We are not bothered. And the number is when divided by 3, the remainder is 1. So I can say the number is 3y plus 1, right? That y is quotient. So 3 is a divisor. So number is actually 3y plus 1. This number This number is 2x format and 3y plus 1 format. Do not get confused between x and y. This is a different quotient and this is a different quotient, right? So in case of the number is 2x and this is 3y plus 1. So we need to choose a number that is multiple of 2 and that is in 3y plus 1 format. So that's pretty simple, 4, right? So why I have taken 2 and 3? Because 2 into 3 is 6. Okay, so the number that we will be getting while this number is divided by 6, the remainder will be 4 only. Okay, the number is in 2x format and 3y plus 1 format. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Okay, now we see from 7, 9 and 11. 32 can be written as 33 minus 1 raised to this. So 33 is multiple of 11, so the remainder is minus 1 raised to that even number. So minus 1 raised to an even number will be 1 only. Okay, so till here the story was very simple. Now we have to make bit calculation for 7 and 9. Let's see what happens. Now this 32 can be written as 28 plus 4 raised to 32 raised to 32. So the remainder while divided by 4 will be 4 raised to 32 raised to 32. Okay. Now what? See friends, in the power of 4 we have a number 64, that is 4 cube, right? And that is plus 1 from 63, that is multiple of 7, right? So what should we do? We should try to convert this number into 64, the power of 64. Okay, now how do we do that? See, 4 cube is 64. Okay, so 32 raised to 32 I try to convert in the power of, in the multiple of 3, right? And how do I do that? 32 raised to 32, what will be the remainder if I divide it by 3? See, that will be 33 minus 1 raised to 32, so that the remainder will be 1 only. That means 32 raised to 33 can be written as 3k plus 1. Am I right? 32 raised to 32 can be written as 3k plus 1, because 32 raised to 32, if I divide by 3, the remainder is 1. Here k is quotient, right? So 4 raised to, this is 3k plus 1. Now one more important thing over here. 32 raised to 32 will be an even number. Now 3k, here 3 is an odd number, 1 is an odd number, right? So k should be an odd number. Then only this odd into this odd will be an odd number, and then finally odd plus odd will be even, right? If k is an even number, then even into odd will be even, and even plus odd will be odd, right? So k has to be odd number. That is the important thing. That will help us to take the decision regarding negative and positive. Okay, so I just repeat once again. You don't have to write this 32 raised to 32 raised to 32. The last number which is multiple of 7, that's 28. So after that we are left with 4 raised to 32 raised to 32. Okay, after that we are trying to convert this 32 raised to 32 in the multiple of 3, right? So that's 3k plus 1. 32 raised to 32 3 is 3k plus 1, right? So this entire story is reduced in this. Okay, now this is 4 raised to 3k into 4. 4 raised to 3k, that means 64. Okay, 64 is what? 63 plus 1 raised to k, and k is an odd number, that we know, right? So if we divide this expression by 7, what will be the remainder? That's 1 raised to k. K is an odd number, but this 1 is positive. So 1 raised to k, the remainder will be 1 only. That 1 into this 4, the final remainder will be 4. Okay. Now, similarly we see for 9. So 9 is 27 plus 5. So the first remainder will be 5 raised to 32 raised to 32. So 5 raised to 32 raised to 32 can be written as minus 4, because 5 is what? Minus 4 raised to 32 raised to 32, right? So minus 4 raised to an even power will be even only. Okay. And this story we have just discussed, because this is 4 raised to 3k plus 1. So that's 64 raised to k into 4. 64 raised to k, that's, and k is an odd number that we have already discussed. So that's 1 into 4. The final remainder is 4. Okay. So it's quite simple, friends. I have divided this expression by all of these number and got the remainder in each case, right? Now, if you are conceptually clear, you can find out the remainder in this sort of complicated problem also. I've been asked with this problem, 25 raised to 25 raised to 25 divided by 9, what will be the remainder? So let's do it quickly. 25 is 27 minus 2, so the remainder will be minus 2 raised to 25 raised to 25, and 25 raised to 25 is an odd number, so we will retain this minus sign. After that, 2 raised to 25 raised to 25, right? Now 2 cube is 8, so what I do is 25 raised to 25, I'll try to convert in the this multiple of 3. So 25 raised to 25, if we divide it by 3, what will be the remainder? 25 is 24 plus 1, so the remainder will be 1 raised to 25, that means 1. So 25 raised to 25 is actually 3k plus 1. Now we have to find out whether k is an odd or even number. Okay, now 25 raised to 25 is an odd number, right? So k should be an odd number. I'm sorry, k should be an even number. So even into odd is even, and even, so k is an even number, right? Now this is 2 raised to 25 raised to 25, so 25 raised to 25 can be written as 3k plus 1, so that's 2 raised to 3k plus 1, or we can say 8k into 2. 2 raised to 3k plus 1, I just remove this, so that's 8 raised to k into 2. Okay, now k is an even number, that we know. Now if I divide 8 raised to k by 9, the remainder will be minus 1 raised to k. Now k is an even number, so minus 1 raised to an even number, the remainder will be that 1, and that 1 into this 2, the remainder will be 2, right? But we are still left with this minus sign. Okay, so final remainder will be minus 2, that is 9 minus 2, 7. Okay, I make a quick recap over here to do the problem faster. That's minus 2 raised to 25 raised to 25. So we are retaining this minus sign, and we are just continue playing with 2 raised to 25 raised to 25, right? Now 25 raised to 25 is actually 3k plus 1, where k is an even number. Okay, so it's 2 raised to 25 raised to 25 can be written as 2 raised to 3k plus 1, right? So that's 2 raised to 3k into 2. So 2 raised to 3k can be written as 8 raised to k into 2. Okay, now 8 raised to k, if divided by 9, the remainder will be minus 1. Minus 1 raised to k, that's an even number, so the remainder will be 1. 1 into 2, the remainder will be 2. But that 2 into this minus, do not forget this minus, the remainder will be minus 2. So the final remainder will be 9 minus 2, 7. Right? So these are the 3 steps to be followed to solve this question. Otherwise, it's very, very easy. The entire procedure should not take more than 40 seconds. Okay, you should be faster. Now some of the question I'm leaving for you. Say 2000, say 43 raised to 2043 raised to 2043, right? This is the expression. Now if x is maybe divided by say 10, okay, then remainder is what? If it is divided by 9, then remainder is what? If it is divided by 8, then what? Divided by 7, then what? Divide by 6, divided by 5. Find remainder in each of these cases. One more question. If x is expanded, I meant to say, what is the digital root? Find out the digital root of x. Of course, you can find out the remainder from say 11, say 12 and 13, maybe from 15, right? So just if you are conceptually clear, you'll be able to find out remainder in all these cases, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, in fact, and 15, right? Just try to do that. And of course, you should find out the digital root of x as well. Similarly, I have a number 7 raised to 11 raised to 22 raised to 33 raised to 44. So just find out the remainder when this expression, suppose it is x, this expression is divided by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not from 7, 8, 9. What will be the remainder in each of these cases? Okay. So if you are clear with the concept, you'll be able to do these problems, and do mail me at alka@learnersplanet.com. Okay, I'll be waiting for your reply. Okay, if you are able to do at least 3 to 4 problems, then also you can send me your answers. Bye bye.